This is Chris Elliott with Remax Action Real Estate coming at you this week with another real estate quick tip. So this week we're going to be talking about, or the title of this one's going to be, there's no such thing as no feedback. So one of the parts of my business, I work with a fair amount of folks that have been on the market unsuccessfully with other agents, and then I contact the sellers and say, hey, we can definitely get the property sold. We take over the listing and get it sold, and that's kind of a niche. But one of the things that I come across a lot is I just talk with these sellers. They say, hey, we never got any feedback. The agent said agents weren't giving them feedback, or the agent just didn't care enough to get these folks no feedback. And one thing that I learned from my broker a long time ago is there's never any such thing as no feedback. So couple things here. For the folks, if you have had showings on so if your house is on the market, you've had showings and you have no clue why the property isn't selling, one of the first things that your agent should do, or the new agent should do, is contact the folks that have actually shown the property and get them on the phone, get some feedback. Sometimes these agents, man, I got to call them 2-3 times, I got to bug them. But get these folks on the phone and find out why the buyers that they were showing the property to didn't make offers on the property. So that's the first thing that you do. If you're not getting offers at all, one of the things you could do, there's a feature in our multiple listing service called reverse prospecting. So what you can do is you can look up your listing and see, okay, what agents in our MLS system have clients that are set up on searches where the buyers are looking at those properties. And sometimes you'll see the buyers have either favorited the property, or you can see there are certain agents that have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buyers are looking at a property. So if I've got a listing that's just not getting any attention, it's not getting showings, we're not sure what's up, I will actually phone call those agents and say, hey, John over at Long and Foster, or wherever, I saw that you have a client that's favorited the property. Is there any reason that they haven't seen it yet? Is there any reason that you haven't shown it yet? Or hey, I see that you have multiple clients looking at this property. I haven't seen you guys come through. Is there any reason why? Is there anything that anything you're holding against the property? What is it? And what you do there is, number one, you either get feedback from those agents as far as why they haven't shown the property, or you get the property in the forefront of the mind of that agent and put a little to-do on their list of, hey, I might want to call these buyers because they might have a paycheck on the other line, and it gets those agents engaged. The last thing that you can do, if you have had showings but the buyers just aren't buying your property, is you can actually track those agents and see which properties those buyers end up buying. So for example, if you see that you've had 5 showings with 5 different agents and all 5 of those agents ended up selling properties to their buyers, a lot of times you can read between the lines and figure out what those properties had that yours didn't, or that agent can then make another phone call to those agents and say, hey John, congratulations, I saw you sold 123 Maple Street. I figured your buyers picked that property over ours, was just curious why. And once again, just get more feedback. But at the end of the day, there is no such thing as no feedback. I hope you guys found that useful. Look forward to seeing you next week.